No animals in the yard this morning before the sun comes up, but definitely frost on the pumpkin, as they say in the country. Frost on the pumpkin, big time frost. Really the first one we've had that's been any significance. And it's a dandy out there. The last time I looked before daylight, it was 34 degrees. So I'm sure it's down around probably below 30. I see a couple of lone ducks down there in the water. And that's about it. You see the frost on the deck. Big time frost on the yard. Well, my rye's growing good out there. When Apache planted that, you could see he kind of planted in rows. he had a planter that he was pushing, the spreader that he was pushing, and he didn't really know how far it was thrown or whatever, but it didn't exactly plant it even. That's okay, it's just there for the deer anyway. And we planted the entire 50-pound bag of it. Getting a little red tint to some of that fog coming off of the lake. That'll get a little bit redder as that sun comes up. Amazingly, the trees have not changed much. They looked like they were gonna go wild, and then they quit. But it's a cold, cold morning. It's gonna be another front hit today with strong winds and colder weather before it warms up. Hopefully we get to drive around on the ranch a little bit today. I wanna check this creek. Look out that direction. See a big bunch of wild turkey. And that gobbler there was all fluffed up a minute ago. Not in strut, just fluffed up. I think that's just a jake. Another gobbler to the right there, looks like. Yeah, big beard, I can see the beard. Again, you know, we are really zoomed out there to see that. I've not had time to wash Chris's car. Really, the only thing really dirty is the wheel wells from it raining to and from church on Sunday. Good bunch of turkeys out there. Just a glimpse of the deer this morning, and that's about it so far. Big time frost on the pumpkin. Big time. A heavy frost, 30 degrees. Just look, 30 degrees. Probably gonna hit 29 or 28 before the sun comes over the mountain. And we have sunrise. Sunrise on the Eagle. Oh, I love it. I tell you what, it's just to wake up. To wake up is a blessing. But to wake up and look out there at that lake, whatever situation it's in, is a blessing. Right now it's got nice fog on it. The fog is beginning to lift and the sunshine's beginning to make it go away. Heavy frost on the ground. Can't see the sun, it's back behind the trees there, but it is peeking over that mountain. And it's gonna make the fog go away. But a few ducks on the water, it's about the only wildlife, but more will happen as the day goes by. What a wonderful day. Thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. Well, finally, we have mama doe show up out there. I think that's a mama doe with that baby. The baby's getting so big. I think it's a baby. Baby's a little closer to us. The sun's coming up out there a little bit more all the time. Still can't see it from the house here, but let's get a little bit later before we can see it from the house. This time next week, it's gonna be an hour earlier. So it's gonna be a while before it gets daylight, because we moved that clock back. Daylight at 7:30 or so now. It's gonna be getting daylight at 6:30 or so. Dark early, which is the part of the daylight savings time I don't like. I had thought that they had voted in Congress. Of course, they don't vote in Congress on anything very often. I thought they had voted to keep daylight savings time. They keep talking about it. You know, they talk about a lot of things in Congress. They never do. I don't think that's that baby. I just think it's the two does there. And I saw two does out there because I thought, sure as well, as I start videoing, gonna be a buck or two or three show up out there. Doe is looking at something off down there, really concentrating it. Maybe we have a buck coming around. Finally this morning. There's my pretty wild child. Yeah, there's my pretty wild child. Yeah, pretty baby. She's coming in to eat some South Fresh deer food. You know, those of you that live anywhere in the South, if you're allowed to have a feeder around, which you are allowed to have feeders in the South just about everywhere, not allowed to hunt around a feeder in some states, get you some of that South Fresh deer food. I promise you the deer absolutely loves it. There's that pretty girl heading for the feeder. Saw some deer running there. Yeah, doing some zoomies. Got a baby doing some zoomies. There's the baby. That's the baby. Doing some zoomies out there. I thought that might have been a doe running from a buck, but that's just that baby doing some morning zoomies. Enjoying this 30 degree, probably falling down to 29 or 28 right now, but before it starts the other way back up, I think it's only going to get in the 40s, low 40s today. It's forecast, you'd think, with that bright sunshine. But we have another cold front coming in with strong north winds today, supposedly. It's going to be warmer by Friday, and I'm going fishing. There's that baby walking right through there. I think it's that baby. Might be her mama. I think it's that baby, though. Kind of just looks like it. So enjoyable to watch the deer in the woods. Could be sitting in a deer stand right now watching them. 30 degrees. My hand's in my pocket. Freezing my little buns off. We're not watching much in the way of anything with antlers on it this morning. But we are seeing a lot of deer activity. They're pretty active out there on a day like today. That's the little baby right there. The mama's around there somewhere. But, we'll see some bucks before the day's over. Hopefully. Surely, we will see bucks.
Hey guys and girls. We have, I've been promising in a couple, 2 or 3 videos, mentioned might go up to the creek and take a run, see if the creek is running. The creek that's on Canyon Lake is definitely not running. And to stick this little deal here in the antlers video for a couple of reasons. One, it should be pretty interesting to go look and see if that creek is running or not. And secondly, boy, we're having a hard time seeing antlers. I looked out just a little while ago. It's a beautiful afternoon, 29 degrees this morning, and now it is 54. That's right, 54. Light wind. I run around in the house with just a undershirt on, just a t-shirt type deal. Actually, some under stuff that I wear when I'm hunting, control scent and stuff. And been running around in the house in that, and just stepping out on the porch. And I saw a doe running across the way, and I looked, and there's 2 big bucks out there with that doe. One was Forrest, and one was, I don't know, it looked like maybe Lucky 13 or somebody else, I'm not sure. And I thought they were going to get in a fight, but Forrest just sort of stared him down, which is what they do. Once they get dominance, they really don't fight much anymore. So I jumped in the mule, and put this sweatshirt on, which feels really nice out here, and run across the way, and sure enough, they were gone. So I didn't get any video, but maybe we'll find some out here and be able to take a picture of something or two that's got a rack on it. But buck shots are hard to come by this week. Let's go see what this creek looks like or doesn't look like. Okay, here we are. Well, I can tell from up here not much is happening before I even get down there close. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down. This is really, really steep right here. Hang on, Benelli, hang on, Benelli. Be really careful here. I'm not sure it's running at all. It looks like it may be running a little bit. And this is after 5 inches of rain this past week. 5 inches. And that's what it looks like. Yeah, I guess it's running, but boy, not much. I could tell that it hadn't come up hardly at all. Benelli is ready to go, man. I'm telling you, what an aggressive hunting dog she is. She just wants anything. Well, you could obviously wade across it with just a pair of rubber boots on, but you can see it's just not running at all, hardly. Isn't that a beautiful creek? That is pretty, isn't it? Tracks here where elk and big deer have been crossing the creek right here on the road, going up on the other side. Here comes Benelli. Watch her go, lightning fast. She is so full of energy. I wish I could harness that. I could harness it. I'd be like 18 years old. I don't even know if I had that much energy at 18. Getting the upper end of the creek, you can see it is carrying water, but golly, it's just not much at all. Keep in mind, I've had a Ranger bass boat right here, so that'll just tell you what can happen to this creek and how much water it can carry. But anyway, that's a look at the creek. It's beautiful. Absolutely no doubt about that. Sun shining on it there. Look up through there. It's beautiful running down through here. Just one of the most picturesque places that you can ever imagine. But it's going to take a lot more water than this to get that water up to the bottom of the dock. But anyway, I've been wanting to get down here and look at it. Been promising y'all I would, so I did. I just talked to Apache. We've had water problems all day long, and I just talked to him and asked him if he needed any help, and he said, I sure do. So I'm going to go help Apache right now. Okay, guys and gals, that'll wrap up this week's ranch videos. I'm telling you, it was kind of a laid-back week this week. We had a lot of beautiful things happen. One of the things that did not happen that we thought might happen was we thought the trees had changed a lot. And I guess that the rain, we actually ended up having 5 inches of rain. Now, that was like Sunday through Sunday, with the last rain coming on a Sunday morning. But I'm telling you, they just didn't change much this week. And out here at dark, it was dead calm. And the wind has come up from the south now. It's blowing pretty doggone good out of the south, and that means it's going to get warmer. It's going to be warmer tomorrow. I'm going to travel down to Lake Tenkiller. We've run out a week here at the ranch. Going to do a little fishing on Lake Tenkiller. Try to do a bank fishing show. A lot of y'all have been asking about a bank fishing show. Show you where you can go and fish a lot of different places on a lake and catch fish off the bank. Now, will we catch them? I don't have a clue. We might or we might not. After this cold front, it might be pretty tough. We're supposed to have bluebird skies, but we are supposed to have a south wind. You know what that means. And we're supposed to have about 60 to 65 degrees during the afternoon. So we're going to get down there and see what happens on that. Going to go to my grandson Lightning's football game. He scored a nice 29-yard run touchdown out of his tailback position for Tahlequah High School. Where I went my senior year in high school and played basketball, and did not play on a football team. Played basketball my senior year, but he's the tailback there, and he had a nice touchdown last week. And I haven't got to see him play in person all this year. I saw him play last year, but didn't get to see him play this year. So we're going to go to a football game Friday night, and we will be in Oklahoma City. We'll be in Oklahoma City at the Synergy Spa this coming Sunday, November 5. Be sure to come out there and see us. There's lots of great stuff going on. Be showing the innate state technology, the most amazing technology you can ever imagine. All of their great healing techniques and machines that they have out there. We're going to let Chris use some of those, and it's just going to be wonderful. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there. Remember, we'll have some antlers Friday and Saturday, maybe just Friday, because we're not seeing many antlers that don't have much video. But remember, I sure do love you.